they separate Chef D and that's when Banga, and I ain't gonna lie, Banga the realest nigga on cast. Ain't that some shit?
Hey y'all. So I already know I have to change my outfit for this video. Today we're talking about Big Banga. We're talking about Big Banga. We're talking about Ahrah. Um and how he's become the like unlikely fan fave. And I knew from his auditions, I was like, he's extra. But I knew that he was gonna be a fan favorite. And it's so funny because Chef D was just on live talking about how he's the fan favorite. He was trending on Twitter.
Hey, but look, I love all y'all. Y'all man, all I've been talking to town everywhere. Everywhere. Facebook, and you Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
He's not, Chef D is not the fan favorite. You might be trending, but you're trending about how you're a clown. Okay? So who is Ahrah? Because let's talk about him. He's the fan favorite, and yet no one knows like a lot about him. So Ahrah, you could tell from his accent that he's from the DMV, but through a little research, I found out that he's from DC. So I hope I like run into him at some point. I live in DC, so hopefully I run into him. But he really just popped up out of nowhere. I think I will describe him as a social media personality and a dancer. So like I said, Ahrah's from DC. He's 31 years old. He's becoming more well known from being on Bad Boys, and his like following has just continued to grow. So Ahrah is a very family oriented person. You can tell from his Facebook. He like talks about his mom all the time. He loves his mom. He spends a lot of time with his sisters, his nephews, his aunts. He's just a really real person, and you can tell that from the show. So he comes off as a really like real and raw person. And he's been getting a lot of love because he's really stood his ground. He's been like, when Chef D jumped in on, when he jumped Anthony, Ahrah spoke up. He stood firm on that. He was like, "You're not." He was like, "That was just weak of you," and it was weak. And people have been like, "Let it go, let it go." But it's really shown how fake everyone else is, and like how much of a real person Ahrah is. And this is why I've been saying, and literally, if you go through Zeus's comments, they've been like, for Baddies East, they've been like, if you guys just cast people who are already known, like, we're tuning out, like, we're over it. And Ahrah is a great example, and him, like, his rise, and like how much the fans love him. He's a great example of how much Zeus subscribers want to see real people. We're tired of seeing people that already have platforms and you're just giving them a bigger platform. We want to see people like us. And Ahrah's really just he's the spokesperson for regular people. So Ahrah's a Sag. He asked my son a set of Sag. So he's crazy. He's like Nicki Minaj is a Sag. That's all I gotta say. But he's just a very like ambitious person. I love when he dances. He reminds me of, at first I was like, what is going on? But honestly, like if I were to just dance by myself, like that's how I would look. And he does it in front of a camera, and he's just so bold. He's really sociable. He's a very direct person. He's made for the camera. Ahrah's not afraid of anything. Super close with his family, like I said before. I actually went to his Facebook to see if I could find some more stuff. I felt like I was digging too personal, so I just stopped. Uh, but he has two older brothers. No, I'm sorry, he has two younger brothers. He has a sister. I'm not sure if she's older or younger, but she's married. And then one of his younger brothers is actually very young, like still a child. So, which is not, it's not really shocking for for most like DC families from what I've been seeing. There's, even with my boyfriend's family, they have a big age gap. Like his oldest brother is 31. His oldest brother is 31. And my boyfriend is 21. And they have siblings like there and in between. But yeah. So I guess the rest of what I can talk about Ahrah is from what I've seen on the show. This is just from what I've read online. So now I'm going off script. He's just a really like chill, like I think he's just a chill ass person. I was on his Instagram and I was just like going through everything. I've been trying to see what I can find on his old Twitter. He's honestly, I think I can just describe him as a dancer. He's a dancer. He, even going back to 2015, I could probably find videos from further back than that. He's a dancer. Like, it's just in his blood. He's a very strong person. I've seen videos of him like knocking someone out, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Ahrah's body is banging. I don't know if the banging comes from like thumping or if it comes from his body, because like I don't think I can post this picture on YouTube, but if you go to his Twitter, it's his name, at Ahrah Banga. And it's his, I guess I'm just gonna call it a thumbnail. I can't really think of what you call it. But like that first big picture that you see behind the profile picture. And he looks like he should be painted. Like, amazing. But anyway, oh my gosh, so I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. The person whose YouTube video I used to start my video, his name is J-Rock. He was actually on Bad Boys Texas auditions. He wasn't chosen because he was underage. He was 20, but I think he would have been chosen otherwise. But even he says like, Ahrah's a real guy, and if I got into the house, like we would have been like thumping, like we would have been cool. Like not they would have been thumping, but like they would have gone against the other guys. And this guy is also just a regular schmegular guy. After the auditions, Blueface was talking about him like he was like his artist, and I think everyone left out assuming that he's Blueface's artist. He's not Blueface's artist. Anyway, subscribe to him. He's amazing. Get his subscribers up. He makes good content, and also his song is like stuck in my head right now. But anyway, so like I was saying, Ahrah's just a real person. I'm really excited to see more of him. I actually will start review because of Ahrah. I think I'm gonna start reviewing Bad Boys. I said I was like over it. I was over like the whole I was over all the shows that Natalie was producing, but Ahrah was a good cast selection, so he's gonna keep me watching. Everyone else has been kind of fake. I realize that. I was really excited to see. This is not supposed to be about the rest of the Bad Boys. I'm just gonna make this last comment. I was excited to see Prince on this season. Because I was like, he kind of fell out of the limelight. And then I realized, I saw something recently. I remember hearing the story that he was arrested for domestic violence. But I just like looked into it, and I think he's like displaying this whole soft persona on the show to like get away from that. And it's really scary. It reminds me of what just happened with Jonathan Majors. It reminds me of what just happened with Jonathan Majors. And yep. Anyway, this is about Ahrah, and we're here to support him and see how well he does for the rest of the season. He's a true bad boy. He's a bad boy from the DMV. He's a bad boy from the East. He's a bad boy from DC, truly. So, and I hope I run into him. If I run into him, I will make another video. I would like tell you guys about that. I feel like because I live in DC, I should interview him. Like, should I try to interview Ahrah? Like, he lives here. I'm going to interview Banga. We're going to speak it into existence. I'm interviewing Banga. That's it. Okay. Bye. See you guys next time.
Well, I was telling him that since Anthony was already getting beat up by you, like, you enough for him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for him to go in and jump on him, I feel like as a man that what he did was wrong.